How's it going? Welcome back to another Roblox scripting tutorial. Today, we're going over variables. Specifically, as you can see, local variables, global variables, using variables to print into the output, and using arithmetic in variables. Um, so to get started, what are variables? If you've ever taken algebra, it's pretty similar to that. So like, kind of how, um, I don't know, x equals something, right? Like 1x equals 2x or whatever you want to say, right? It's the same kind of thing as that with algebra. So like x is a variable, and it stands for a number. It's the same thing in scripting. A variable stands for something. So you could literally just put x equals 1, and that would be a variable, right? But you can also, it doesn't have to just be a letter. You can call it anything. You could put, I don't know, Peter equals 500, right? So 500, Peter, whenever I use Peter, it's going to mean 500, right? It's pretty simple. It's just a word, a made up word. It's something that you put to stand for something else, whether it be a number, an object, anything, really. Um, Now, local versus global variables. Local variables are whenever you put local before it. So local x equals 5. This is a local variable. The difference between a local variable and a global, which is just this without the local, is local is it's grounded to whatever it's inside. So if it's inside a function, then you can only use that variable inside that function, nowhere else in the script. So if you call it from anywhere else in the script, it won't work, right? So like what I mean by that, if you don't understand functions or anything, so if I have if I want to make a function here, I'll just make a random function. Um, right? You just have a function here. I'm not gonna do too much. uh, don't worry about, I don't know. But inside a function, right? You could have local x equals 10. Now if I were to call for x out here, right, outside of the function, it'll think it's 5 because I already said it was 5 up here. But if I call it inside the function, it'll say it's 10 because inside the function, locally, it's 10. Outside, it's 5. That's the difference between local and global. However, inside the function, if I remove this local, then it becomes a global variable, and I can call it anywhere. So I could call it inside the function, outside the function, and it'll be 10, because globally, it's 10, not locally. Pretty simple. Local versus global variables. Local is grounded to whatever it's inside. Global is everywhere in the script, wherever you call it. Now, using variables to print into the output. The output, as you can see, it's down here, right? And whatever happens, I mean, we went over the output last episode, episode 2. If you don't understand it, just go back watch that episode. But anyways, printing into the output. So, let's just set a variable, local x equals 10. It's pretty simple. Print x. And whenever you print x, it should print 10 because x stands for 10. So now if we go to test, we run it, and there you see, okay, don't worry about any of that. Just worry about this 10 right here. The 10. This is all plugins and stuff, ignore that. But the 10 in the output, that is what we're focused on. So it worked, as you can see. We printed x, and x stands for 10, so it did that. Now, you don't only do this with numbers. You can do this with strings, which I think we went over last episode. So local x equals uh, subscribe, sure, why not? And then we print x, and if we run it, watch the output. Subscribe. There it is, right there. It printed it, as you can see. And we're not printing subscribe, we're printing X, which stands for subscribe. So, pretty simple. Now, using arithmetic with variables. How do we go about this? Well, you can do local x equals 5 and local y equals 10. And then you can print x plus y. You can print x times y. You can print x divided by y. And you can print x minus y. Actually, let's do y minus x, because x minus y will be negative. But yeah, you can do all this arithmetic with these variables. So, let's go here, let's run it, and it should print all 4 answers. Hold on. There you go. As you can see right here, 15, 50, 0.5, and 5. Those were the 4 answers. X plus y, 15, x times y, 50, and so on. So pretty simple doing arithmetic with variables. And you can only do it if the variable stands for a number. So like if you were to change y to a string, right, and just go like that, it'll come out with an error, I'm pretty sure. It'll say like we can't do, or unable to perform arithmetic, or something like that. As you can see, attempt to perform arithmetic add on number and string. So it won't work for obvious reasons. I mean, it's not a number, it's just okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, you don't have to just do x. You can make it anything. You can local OK equals LOL. I don't know. Local, I don't know, anything. Local YouTube equals my channel. I don't know, just any type of thing like that. Just setting variables for different things. It's helpful because you shorten things a lot of the time. Obviously, or you're using things over and over and you need to remember it. Obviously, if you just have it as a number, right? Maybe it's not as useful as you think, but you could also change the variable, right? Change it with whatever your game needs. You could call it back. You could do all different things with it. So it's very useful. Variables are used a lot, trust me, and that's basically it with variables. Kind of a short episode, but there wasn't much to go over. And next episode, I think I'm gonna go over tables, which is kind of more complex variables. Yeah. So I'll catch y'all next time. See ya.